quick follow-up of our LWRC Six8 DI build gun with a 14.5 inch pin and weld barrel. We had done some ballistics tests looking at different rounds, and the best performing round we found of the ones that we've tested so far was a 130 grain Speer Gold Dot. And what I'd like to do in today's video is compare that high performing round to the Federal XM68GD. This is a 90 grain Gold Dot in 6.8 caliber. This was designed specifically for shorter barrel weapons. Now when we compared this 130 grain Speer Gold Dot loaded by Iron Will Cartridge Company to the other rounds, this ended up really doing the best. And if you recall, we'll put a link to that video if you want to check it out. But this is the 130 grain bullet that we recovered. It retained almost all of its weight and had a very, very large temporary wound channel and a large permanent wound channel. We'll measure the velocity and then we'll see how it performs in 10% ballistics gel and compare this to the results that we saw with the 130 grain Gold Dot round. 2807. 2806, 2827. At 2,800 feet per second out of this 14-inch barrel, this 90 grain bullet is delivering about 1,567 foot-pounds of energy. And that's about 100 foot-pounds more energy than we saw out of this barrel using the 130 grain Gold Dot round. So now let's see how it performs in ballistic gel. So here's the wound channel. Here we have the 90 grain Gold Dot channel, and this was the 130 grain Gold Dot round that has the dark color in it. You can kind of compare these two. So here you can see that at about 1 inch, the permanent wound cavity starts to open up and is very large. It's about 2 inches across, 5 inches inside the wound, and then still have a significant wound channel. We have a permanent wound cavity of about 3/4 of an inch, about 8 inches in. So we have at 1 inch, the wound channel, permanent wound channel is opening, starts to close at about 6, and then at 8 gets fairly small, still a significant wound at this point though. Travels back, and there it is. I would say that's pretty close to 16 inches of penetration. You can see the petals. Turn it around, you can see that it basically just came right out to the end of the 16-inch ballistics gel from the side. See the wound channel trailing out and then stopping right at the end of the 16-inch gel. Let's look at the projectile. Just a little button of gel, and it's just barely didn't make it out of the gel. There it is, just a beautiful expansion. Look at that. That is just pretty close to perfect expansion, and it looks like it's retained most of its weight. We can verify that when we get back to the shop and we'll weigh it. 16 inches of penetration, good wound cavity, 100 foot-pounds more of energy. Very good performance from the 90 grain. Well, we had excellent performance from the Federal XM68 Gold Dot round. It delivered 1,560 foot-pounds of energy, and the ballistics gel test showed 16 inches of penetration with a beautiful mushroom effect, an excellent permanent wound channel, and no over penetration. I hope you found the information interesting and useful. If you did, please consider hitting the like button. Post any comments or questions and I'll try to respond to those in a timely fashion. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.